Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Where else would you rather be than a room full of Penn Staters? I'm Paul Clifford, CEO of the Penn State Alumni Association, and I'm excited to be here tonight to honor our outstanding volunteers. I need to turn this on. How's that? All right. The stories of impact that you'll hear tonight started years ago when the volunteers that we honor decided to answer the call of dear old state. Throughout their years of service and participation in our Alumni Leadership Connections trainings, they have emerged as examples that we hold up tonight as the symbols of our best. Our Alumni Leadership Connections program is a key component to their stories of impact that you'll hear tonight. This program has been enhanced over the years due to the generous support of two great Penn State graduates and philanthropic leaders. Of course, I'm talking about Jim and Kathleen Stengel, and the transformative endowment that they created to strengthen Alumni Association programs that support Penn State alumni volunteer leaders across the nation. Tonight's awards are a direct reflection of the Stengel's family commitment to the development and training of our volunteer leaders. Please help me and thank Jim and Kathleen for their incredible generosity. Tonight we will recognize affiliate groups in 8 categories and 4 individuals who bring the mission of the Alumni Association to life. That mission is to connect alumni to the university and to each other, to provide valued services to our members, and to uphold the university's mission of teaching, research, and service. Tonight's awards program would not be possible without the ongoing year-long work and efforts by the awards committee who selected this evening's honorees. We thank these dedicated volunteers for their service in selecting our recipients. This evening is about recognizing and saying thank you to our many dedicated affiliate groups and individual volunteers for their tremendous work on behalf of the Penn State Alumni Association and our university. As we tell you more about these awards, we will invite a representative to the stage to share brief remarks. The first award this evening is the Professional Development Award. This award is presented to a group who offers exceptional professional development programs to help alumni grow and advance in their professional careers. This year we recognize the Harrisburg Alumni Society. The Harrisburg Alumni Society helped to create a virtual series titled Capital Connections at Home that brought Penn State Harrisburg to alumni. This virtual series asked faculty and alumni to speak about topics in their area of expertise. Over the course of the year, the Society hosted 11 episodes, and these programs included several presented by Harrisburg alumni, including a travel seminar called On the Road Again, and a program on leadership entitled The Art of You Leading You. One of the most popular episodes was called Scales and Sun, a behind-the-scenes tours of the Desert Dome at the Indianapolis Zoo. It was hosted by a Harrisburg alumna, Ariel Gardner. Ariel grew up in Hershey with a love and passion for animals. During the webinar, Ariel showed a variety of different animals and talked about the conservation efforts the zoo takes part in and was happy to show all the areas of the Desert Dome. The creation of this series has changed the entire course of alumni relations and has allowed the Society to better connect with their alumni from everywhere. Please join me in recognizing and congratulating the Harrisburg Alumni Society.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire Harrisburg Alumni Society, thank you so much for this award. The creation of this virtual series has enabled us to connect with our alumni all over the world. Thank you to our alumni who volunteered to host our virtual programs and to those who attended. And of course, sincere thank you to all the staff who really, really make this happen. Thanks again.
Congratulations again to the Harrisburg Alumni Society. Up next is the Scholarship Development Award. This was created to recognize efforts specifically targeted to raising money in support of student scholarships. The recipient in this category is the Naval ROTC Alumni Interest Group. In 2017, a group of newly commissioned Naval and Marine Corps officers approached the Penn State Naval ROTC AIG to serve as custodians for a class gift of $1,300 that they wished to be awarded as a scholarship to a junior midshipman who was attending without the benefit of a full Navy scholarship. The AIG members have continued to engage their audiences to raise that total over the last few years. In a brief time, a committee was formed and a fund campaign began. As of this submission, over $64,000 has been received, with another pledge of $2,000, blowing the $50,000 goal they had out of the water in true Navy fashion. Please join me in congratulating the Naval ROTC AIG.
Thank you. It was a great opportunity to build on an actual student initiative and turn it into something that will benefit students perpetually. Now, many people are not aware that just because you're in the Naval ROTC, you are not necessarily on a scholarship, and there are several people every year who commit themselves, pay their own tuition, and then get commissioned and serve for 5 years as a naval officer. So the purpose of this scholarship is actually to assist them in making their tuition payments and making their housing payments while they don't get the government scholarship, because those are really dedicated students, and it was a pleasure for us to raise this. And the alumni were amazing. We broke our $50,000 goal 2 years early to be able to present this scholarship.
Our next award is the Outstanding Service Project Award, which recognizes the outstanding efforts of our affiliate groups for giving back to their communities through local or national service projects. This year, we recognize the Northern New Jersey chapter. The Northern New Jersey chapter prides itself on helping those around them, and they have continued to do so despite challenging times. They provided a hybrid of remote and in-person community service projects that helped local and national organizations. Their philanthropic efforts appealed to a broad group of participants due to the diversity of the events, its simplicity, the cost, and being family-friendly. The chapter supported the following worthwhile organizations and causes this past year: Light the Night Walk for Leukemia and Lymphoma, the American Heart Association Walk, Color a Smile, Hugs for the Troops, Valentine's Day for the Troops, Penn State Tickets for Servicemen and Women, and Penn State's Student Care and Advocacy Fund. Through its efforts, the Northern New Jersey chapter has made philanthropy and giving back in the name of Penn State a priority. Congratulations to the Northern New Jersey chapter.
Wow, good evening, everybody. This is my first event, so I'm just overwhelmed. Usually at work, I'm the one person that's trying to uphold the name of Penn State and making sure that they recognize that I'm present as a Penn Stater, but now I'm in a room full of all of us. So thank you very much for this opportunity. And on behalf of the Northern New Jersey Alumni Chapter, I am very honored to receive this award on our chapter's behalf. And I will tell you this, to receive an award in the midst of all the chapters and all the AIGs here, it's overwhelming, because I know we're putting in that work every day, all day, throughout the year, to make sure that we provide that service and that continued effort to make that presence of Penn State felt all throughout this nation. and even beyond internationally. So whatever we can do in the northern New Jersey side and reach out to our folks out there and make them still feel that connection, we're going to do it. And I can't say enough that I'm honored. And let's just keep doing it all year, right? You know, and we got to win tomorrow. So that's kind of like the other thing too. So again, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Congratulations once again to the Northern New Jersey chapter. Our next award is the Joint Activities Award, created to recognize collaborative efforts of 2 or more alumni groups. This year, the award goes to the York County chapter and the Lancaster chapter. The two chapters have held a chapter challenge during March over the last several years. This entailed meeting at a local establishment along the border of the 2 counties for a happy hour to socialize and collect goods to be taken to the Lions Pantry. The donations were then transported by Dick Booth, ladies and gentlemen, right here. The chapter always called the results a tie, with the importance being placed on how they are helping food insecure students. Instead of going virtual, the chapter went viral with social media efforts, increasing with announcements of the new format. The chapter made a fundraising effort, with the challenge being which chapter could raise the most money and which chapter had the highest average per person donated. The chapters were excited to see this increase in participation by their members, and the competitiveness resulted in more than $4,000 being donated to the Lions Pantry. As York County Chapter President Lori Hauser said, the real winner is the Lions Pantry and helping our food insecure students. Congratulations to the York County Chapter and the Lancaster Chapter.
All right, representing the Lancaster chapter as president, and we have Ann here, president-elect for the York chapter. We are pleased to accept this honor. Just noting, again, our 2 chapters had friendly competition. If you know history, we got the mighty Susquehanna River dividing us, and historically, Lancaster-York, it was the War of the Roses, the red roses and the white roses, and we were glad to put our efforts together for the food bank. And we'd like Juan here representing to talk a little bit about the bank.
Yes, so I would first like to thank from the bottom of my heart for all the work that you have done. I came here to represent the Lions Pantry. We're a student service group that focuses on combating student hunger on campus. We're a service that is basically brought upon by the students to help the students. And we wouldn't be able to serve the University Park community without the help that both of you have brought in, including both the York County chapter and the Lancaster chapter. Once again, thank you.
Congratulations again to York County Chapter and Lancaster Chapter. Next up is the Fundraising Award, which recognizes those who have raised money to support initiatives across Penn State, including Thon, community organizations, national charities, and other university programs. This award is designed to recognize exceptional fundraising. This year's honoree is the North Texas Chapter. Chapter President Jeff, give Jeff a round of applause. Chapter President Jeff Zavotsky navigated the COVID-19 pandemic by avoiding haircuts for 18 months. While he felt his new hair was magnificent, some others were not as enthralled with the hair as he was. When his mother made it clear during a summer visit that the hair would not be welcomed at Christmas, he decided it was time for it to go. Instead of heading to the local barber, Jeff decided to turn this into a Thon fundraiser, Jeff's Hair versus Pediatric Cancer. The goals were set as follows. If $1,000 was raised, Jeff would get a normal pre-pandemic haircut. If $2,000 would raise, he would buzz it all off. And if $3,000 was raised, he would buzz it all off live on social media during halftime of the Penn State Maryland football game. Jeff and his wife Tina also agreed to match every dollar up to $4,000. The campaign was launched in October and used the chapter and personal social media channels to solicit donations. In less than 48 hours, the first two goals were reached. Not only would Jeff be getting a haircut, but he would be also losing all of his hair. Donations continued to build until $3,000 were raised. Jeff continued to raise awareness by dangling the matching funds, and the $4,000 goal was reached 2 days before the game. With some last-minute donations during the live stream, $8,840 were raised. Congratulations to the North Texas chapter. The North Texas chapter is unable to be with us this evening, and I will accept the award on their behalf. The next award is the Ned Brockloff Award for Alumni Association Affiliate Group Innovation. Before we proceed, I'd like to recognize and thank Ned Brockloff for his ongoing generosity, leadership, and support of the Alumni Association and our awards program. His generosity in endowing this award ensures that new opportunities and different events can stay vibrant as groups challenge themselves to think of the next great idea. Thank you, Ned. Will you join us on stage as well? I know you're here. All right, there you are. Tonight we have the honor of presenting this award to the Penn State Industrial and Manufacturing Engineering Society. Notably, this group's communications efforts, including the Society's diversity campaign. The campaign highlighted the work being done by people of varying backgrounds, careers, race, gender, and other self-identified diversity. This initiative produced 37 diversity posts, resulting in more than 15,000 impressions, while increasing engagement and total membership in the group. The group focused efforts on both individual spotlights as well as feature messages to highlight various aspects of diversity. They launched a new LinkedIn company page and used this messaging to connect directly with members of the group to highlight and engage with them. Holiday-specific messages were written to showcase Penn State or industrial engineering-related history and initiatives. An example includes sharing of a message from Marcus Whitehurst, Vice Provost for Educational Equity, about Juneteenth, and relating it to the fresco in Old Main. Through this campaign, they've reached more people than they ever have before, delivering enriching content and showing that diversity matters. Please join me in congratulating the Industrial and Manufacturing Engineering Society.
Thank you all. We are very appreciative of this award. This small and mighty, I would say, communications team actually only started a couple years ago, and the goal was to try and get out the message of what industrial and manufacturing engineering means. It means more than just going and working with machines. It means innovating. It means making change, but you can only make change and be change makers with diversity of ideas, diversity of thought, and bringing more people to the table. So thank you for that, and thank you for everyone who participated in our campaign.
All right, our next award this evening is the Fellowship and Networking Award, which recognizes groups whose social programs and events provide alumni an outlet to gather, to interact with each other in a relaxed and fun environment. This year's recipient is the Charleston Chapter. After more than a year of online events, the Charleston Chapter ventured to create an amazing outdoor event with masks and social distancing encouraged. to reinvigorate the Penn State spirit in South Carolina. What better than to create a mini version of the beloved Penn State State College tradition in Greater Charleston, the Arts Festival. The event attracted more than 150 people in attendance. Guests were treated to local crafters, music, food, games, auction, and a raffle to support the Charleston Scholarship Fund. Of note, the chapter also shipped in Penn State Berkey Creamery ice cream. This event was created with one of the most important Alumni Association goals in mind, which was to build a sense of alumni community with true pride for the blue and white. Join me in congratulating the Charleston Chapter.
I will speak right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to the awards committee for this honor. We're really thrilled with it, as well as the staff of the Alumni Association, and congratulations to all the volunteers out there. When we got permission to do in-person events again outdoors, we knew we had to be creative. The Charleston area got over 300 new people moving to our area during COVID. So when I got that list, I said we need to welcome those people, and we also need to tell our members that our chapter is still alive and well. So we creatively said, let's do a mini arts festival here in Charleston, which we did. And although I think a lot of our people came for the Philly cheesesteaks from my husband's food truck and for the creamery ice cream, which, if you're wondering, is very difficult to ship to Charleston, South Carolina in the summer. And I can tell you those stories. But the looks on everyone's faces and the accolades we got afterwards were all worth it, and it really helped us accelerate ourselves. We really have had attendance at all our events since that has been off the charts. So it all started with this Arts Fest. And if you need a blueprint for it, I have it. Come see me. I'm happy to share it. Thank you.
Congratulations to the Charleston Chapter. Our final group category is a recent addition to our annual awards, the Tracy and Rick Regal Pinnacle Event Excellence Award. Tracy and Rick are here with us this evening, and some members of their family. Tracy and Rick, would you please join me on stage? You don't want to bring the baby?
No, we can. She does have her Penn State outfit on
I
after
got
all.
your first Penn State award. There you go. Consideration for this award shall be given to Penn State Alumni Association affiliate groups who built an event from the ground up and worked to grow the event year after year, reaching a pinnacle of success. In 1992, a parent from New England was struggling with a way to get his new Penn Stater back and forth to University Park. This parent embarked on a plan to establish a charter bus service for Penn State students from New England. Working with Fullington Bus Company, such a service was created to provide round-trip transportation between University Park and 3 locations in New England for Thanksgiving, winter, and spring breaks. After his 2 sons graduated, this parent reached out to the New England Alumni Chapter, suggesting one of the chapters take over the bus service because it felt it provided an invaluable service to Penn State students and their parents. In 1998, the Connecticut Valley Chapter took over the Home for the Holidays bus service. I know, bus trips, right? The bus service has been by far the major force behind the Connecticut Valley Chapter, having both an endowed scholarship and a trustee scholarship with a combined value of $320,000. The bus service has been used as a recruiting tool by both alumni and Penn State admissions counselors, promoting Penn State to prospective students throughout New England. Beyond the numbers, though, the chapter says the most gratifying aspect of the bus service has been providing a valuable service to many Penn State families. The many cards, letters, and emails of appreciation from parents and students testify to that. Please join me in congratulating the Connecticut Valley Chapter.
By the way, that was Reagan, class of 2043.
If you live in New England, we'll give you a free ticket. We're so thrilled to get this award. Thank you to the Alumni Association for recognizing us. One thing I just wanted to convey, in 2020 with COVID, we didn't really know if the bus service was going to continue that year. And we put out a survey to the parents and we said, we can run the service, but we don't really know if we're going to have enough demand to run them. Do you want the bus service to continue? If it does, we're probably going to have to run it at half capacity. We're probably going to have to double your price because we have to at least break even on the bus. And we got an overwhelming response. Yes, we would like to continue to run it. We ran it a little lower than normal. There were only 2 trips that year. Normally there are 6, but there was no spring break and so on. So it continued even that year, and so that makes it 25 years running that we've been doing it. Dean Delatch coordinated the service for 19 years. I'm Greg Malone. I'm running it now for the 6th year. Our Thanksgiving trip coming up in a couple weeks. We have 250 students already signed up. And a lot of people reserve at the end, so we're probably going to end up in the 300 to 400 range. But we're just thrilled to have it. The parents love it. It's a huge convenience for the students. And for us to get this award on top of that is really just icing on the cake. So thank you so much.
Awesome thing you do.
Let's have another round of applause for all of our group recipients. We will now continue our program by recognizing honorees in this year's 4 individual categories, which will be announced by Penn State Alumni Association President Kelly Lynch. Kelly?
Okay, thank you. And I'm shorter. Thank you all, and thank you, Paul. Good evening, and I'm so glad to be here in a room full of Penn Staters, celebrating other Penn Staters, because that's what we do well, because there is no doubt that what makes Penn State special is our alumni, along with obviously our students, but what makes our alumni network so incredible is the spirit and the passion that you all continue to show to your alma mater and all the giving back and the ideas that you do with your chapters as clearly as evident tonight. So we hope you feel inspired as much as I do with everything that these groups and individuals are doing, because it's remarkable. So congratulations to all of our group winners and to the individual winners. So now we will move on to the individual winners. The first individual award tonight is the Joan M. McLean Recent Alumni Award. The Joan M. McLean Recent Alumni Award was endowed by Joan McLean, a 1994 graduate with a bachelor's degree in Administration of Justice. She's an advocate for serving the Alumni Association, and in 2004, she was the recipient of this very award that now bears her name. The recipient of the 2022 Joan M. McLean Recent Alumnus Award is Hunter Davey. Hunter is graduated from Penn State with both the degree in chemical engineering and an honors degree in supply chain management from the Schreier Honors College. In addition, Davey volunteered with the Lion Ambassadors, Penn State Student Alumni Corps, as well as the IFC Panhellenic Dance Marathon. Currently, he is working for Frito-Lay as a supply chain leader, and he lives in Baltimore, Maryland. Since moving to Baltimore and participating in the Penn State Alumni Association's Young Alumni Ambassadors program, Hunter has been proactive in becoming part of the local Penn State community. He's taken leadership skills developed at Penn State and put them in place by now serving as the president of the Baltimore chapter, while infusing a young alumni outreach mindset that has engaged Penn Staters in the Charm City. As an active young alumni ambassador, Hunter regularly stays connected with other chapter leaders to share best practices and assists in making sure the culture of young alumni is top of mind for fellow Penn State supporters. It is my honor to congratulate Hunter Davey on receiving the 2022 Joan M. McLean Recent Alumnus Award. Unfortunately, Hunter is unable to attend this evening, but he does send his thank you, and we look forward to presenting this award to him very soon. So on his behalf, and hopefully he is watching streaming, congratulations, Hunter. Well done. Next up, we have the K. David Widener Diversity Award. Our next award in the individual this is the next award in our individual categories. The K. David Widener Diversity Award was endowed by and named for an alumnus who has championed diversity and inclusion to make sure that all Penn Staters are welcome in the Penn State family. David Widener, a 1996 Penn State graduate with a doctorate in education administration, and his husband, Bill Gannon, endowed this award to recognize an individual who has significantly contributed to fostering diversity at Penn State and the Alumni Association. The recipient of the 2022 K. David Widener Diversity Award is Brandon McGraw. Brandon's nominator wrote, "It is my distinct privilege to support the nomination of Barron alumnus Brandon McGraw for the Alumni Council's K. David Widener Diversity Award. For the past year and a half, Brandon has spearheaded the founding of Barron Alumni Society's APG, Barron's Black Leadership Alumni Coalition, or B-Black. The B-Black APG provides a direct connection for our Black alumni back to Barron. B-Black strives to improve the overall educational environment for students of color, to provide a direct channel through which Black alumni can share their unique perspectives as alumni, and to recruit, retain, and engage with Black students. Engage with Black students, and I'm sure to encourage them too. The group also mentors current students, supports Black educational opportunities, and develops greater financial support for Black students. Prior to the charter, Brandon worked with other Barron alumni to collect petition signatures, draft the mission, and craft the bylaws. His enthusiasm for having representation for our alumni of color was contagious. Since B-Black's establishment, Brandon has been a tireless volunteer and strong voice for Barron and Penn State. It is no small task to start something from the ground up, but Brandon's grassroots efforts have helped not only the Barron Alumni Society, but also Penn State Barron get closer to reaching their strategic diversity goals. It is my honor to congratulate Brandon McGraw on receiving the 2022 K. David Widener Diversity Award.
Wow. Man, okay. Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. First off, I would like to thank my nominators and the selection committee. I couldn't have imagined being before you today back in August 2005 when this unsure 17-year-old from Brooklyn stepped onto Penn State Barron's campus in Erie for the first time. It was here where I learned the beauty of diversity in thought, and our differences can forge long-term relationships. The poet Maya Angelou said, "When you get, give." Penn State gave me the space to belong and the opportunity to learn, and in turn, I continue to give my time and unwavering commitment to further the mission and the vision of not just Penn State, but the Barron Black Leadership Alumni Coalition. My great-grandmother Mary always told me that the work that you do should speak for you. By me being able to stand before you today, I guess she was right. I'd like to thank Kevin Moore and Kristen Comstock for giving me the opportunity to establish the first APG under the Barron Alumni Society. Thank you to my big sisters, Conchetta Dixon and Angie Jones, for believing in my leadership abilities enough to serve as the first president. Thank you to my family and friends in attendance today, Evelyn, Coleman, and Larry, for being here to celebrate with me. And last but not least, I'd like to thank and dedicate this award to my late mother, father, and late grandmothers. Craig, Marie, Lucille, and Viola. Your example, love, and sacrifice is the reason for all of this. I am because you were, and this award rightfully belongs to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. I had the fortunate opportunity to meet Brandon last year, and we've been keeping in touch ever since. So I was thrilled to see that you were the recipient of this award. Well deserved. So our next award tonight is the Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award. The Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award recognizes an individual who has significantly contributed to the area of public service by sharing or volunteering his or her talent, time, and resources on behalf of the university. Philip Mitchell, a 1943 journalism graduate, endowed this Alumni Service Award in 1981. The 2022 Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award recognizes Mark Poblete. Mark's nominator wrote, having worked with Mark in a volunteer capacity for the Penn State Alumni Blue Band Association for more than 5 years, I have seen firsthand his tireless efforts to support and promote the Pennsylvania State University and the Penn State Alumni Association. Mark began his devoted involvement in student life and volunteerism as a student at Penn State. He was a proud and active member of the Penn State Marching Blue Band and the Pride of the Lions pep band. Mark served on the Penn State Homecoming Committee from 2005 to 2006, including serving as a Homecoming Committee overall chair in 2006. As an alumnus, he served as a communications chair of the inaugural TEDx PSU event in 2010. Mark's involvement in and dedication to the Penn State Alumni Association is extensive. His work is connecting students and alumni, his creativity and innovative ideas, his work to increase membership, and his fundraising efforts can be seen throughout various organizations within the Alumni Association. His passion and dedication to Penn State and the Penn State Alumni Association is truly unmatched. The service Mark continually affords the Penn State community will benefit its members now and into the future, and it is always for the glory of dear old state. It is my honor to congratulate my friend, Mark Poblete, on receiving the 2022 Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award.
All right, so a little over 18 years ago, I applied for a position as a student on the homecoming committee here at Penn State. It was Tara Smith was the communications chair at the time, and she welcomed me into a role that I thought was just about building a web page. Remember webmasters? And it ended up being a lifelong relationship for this alumni association. 7 years later, Prerna Dewal and Paul Horn invited me to serve on the board of the ISD Alumni Society, and eventually as its president. They put their trust and their confidence in a relative newcomer, and that trust led me to learn even more about the value of partnerships and the incredible potential possible through all of our affiliate groups. Now, when I joined Alumni Council, I was fortunate to serve under the mentorship of so many incredible folks, none more than Mr. Sean Manderson. Now, for those of you who know Sean, you know his integrity, his passion, and his ability to uplift and bring people together, and those are all things that he instilled in me. He's a perfect example of not just leaving an organization better than he found it, but also leaving people better than he found them. And then when Sue Delanco, who was the chair of our homecoming committee for the Alumni Blue Band Association, reached out to me, she invited me to shadow her and learn what it takes to invite our alumni back for homecoming every year. She taught me the values of relationship building and teamwork, and taught me the courage to innovate and disrupt what was a long-standing and really successful event. And For those of you who've been in that type of a role, you know how really easy it is to change something around here and how really accessible our alumni are to change. So that went really well. Now, at this point, when I took over as homecoming chair, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that I didn't do it alone. My co-chair for the past 8 years, my partner, my inspiration, the one who's taught me more than anything else, and yes, she's here tonight, my wife Carol, has been there through it all. I am truly grateful to the Mitchell family for their generosity in establishing this award. I'm truly grateful to the Awards Committee of Alumni Council for finding me worthy of being its 2022 recipient. But when I think about it, it's not an individual award. It really is a group reward. Tara and Prerna and Paul, Sean and Sue, and so many others gave me opportunities not only to succeed, but occasionally to fail. They put their trust in me to live the values that make our Alumni Association the greatest in the world. And I'd wager that every single other person in this room has a list of names and a list of moments just like that, moments and names that made you the volunteer that you are tonight. So to express their gratitude for them, and for all of the other leaders who have inspired and mentored us, Carol and I are really excited to announce that tonight we're committing the financial support to create a new volunteer award starting next year, one intended to recognize the leaders who go out of their way to welcome in the next generation of leaders, to lay the foundation for the future of our Alumni Association, either on an individual or on a collective level. And we can't wait to hear the stories that come out of that. We can't wait to celebrate them in the years to come. We're making this commitment because service to the Penn State Alumni Association begins with service to each other. And while that service may just begin with a simple invitation to get involved, I think all of us can agree it can lead to so much more. And so on behalf of Carol, thank you very much for this honor and this recognition. Thank you for everything that you do for Penn State. And we are Penn State. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mark. And on behalf of the Alumni Association, thank you very much to you and to Carol for your continued commitment to our association and to all alumni. Our fourth and final individual award tonight is the Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year. The Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year award was endowed by the Salvinos in 2013, and I'm excited to have both Kay and Ernie here. And feel free if you would like to come join me on the stage. You're good? Okay. Well, Kay and Ernie are right here. Kay is an alumna of the College of Health and Human Development with a degree in Individual and Family Studies. She served as the 78th president of our Alumni Association. Ernie is a graduate of Penn State's College of the Liberal Arts. In addition to both being dedicated volunteers for the Penn State Alumni Association, the Salvinos are generous across the university and the entire Penn State community. The Salvinos exemplify what it means to be proud Penn Staters, giving of their time, talent, and treasures. This award is given to a volunteer who has provided exemplary service to Penn State and the Penn State Alumni Association. It is my pleasure to announce the 2022 Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award to David Hoffman. David's nominator wrote, "Dave is a Penn State Wilkes-Barre legend. He defied the odds against him by obtaining his engineering degree as an adult student, all while raising a family with his lovely wife, Dolly. Immediately after graduation, Dave helped to organize the Penn State Wilkes-Barre Alumni Society and has not missed a beat since. He has held every position possible on the society, including president numerous times. At society meetings, the group often jokes about getting Dave back behind the leadership role. He laughs and shakes his head, but we all know he would do it in a heartbeat for his dear old state. The belief of giving back to the university through time and talent is embodied by Dave in his actions. In addition to his service in the society, he is a member of the Campus Advisory Board, extremely active in the northeastern Pennsylvania community, and the proud father and grandfather of several Penn State alumni. Another nominator shared the following: I have never encountered anyone more devoted to Penn State Wilkes-Barre than Dave Hoffman. It was an honor to establish the Alumni Golf Tournament with him over 25 years ago. The Alumni Association's mission to connect alumni to the university and each other is something Dave lives out every single day. He is the epitome of a positive brand ambassador and truly bleeds blue and white. It is my honor to congratulate David Hoffman on receiving the 2022 Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award.
Thank you, Penn State. Thank you, Kay and Ernie Salvino. Very kind of you. I'd like to accept this award on behalf of all the alumni that I've worked with over the last 38 years, maybe more, because it's a lot of their work that went into what made me today. It's very appreciated. The staff has always been strongly supportive of anything we did as an alumni society at the Wilkes-Barre campus, and they are an exceptional group of people. And I would also like to thank Dolly, because if it wasn't for Dolly, I wouldn't be getting this award. Her understanding over the years, leave me go to meetings. Great girl, very happy. Thank you very much, certainly appreciate it.
I wouldn't have let you leave without it. Congratulations again to Dave, and to all our individual honorees tonight, and to all our fabulous chapters and APGs and AIGs that were honored tonight. And thank you to also to all of our generous alumni who've made these endowments possible for these awards. What a wonderful evening. When I leave these evenings, it's always so impressive. First of all, I get to see and hear some fabulous stories about what fabulous Penn Staters are doing to help other Penn Staters. It's truly, truly awe-inspiring. On behalf of the Penn State Alumni Association, I'd like to thank you for the time and energy that each of you give back to your fellow alumni and to your communities, to this university, and to Penn State Alumni Association, because we are Penn State. Thank you all. Please enjoy the rest of your evening.